I have a question.
Yes.
Because I'm a rabble rouser. For all of us crazy busy Western people, what's the best way to practice daily?
Huh?
For us Western people who are have very busy lives? What is the best way to practice, like do a daily practice? What's like
Slow down the business.
yeah.
Get up 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah. Like 5 hours earlier.
Can you help us understand like karma and the way that it flows into like the different realms?
Oh.
The God realms and the God realms. Is there certain mental states that bring those around?
Now, karma is you see the result of your action. You see, karma is not something. I mean, there's no place to escape karma. You cannot run away from the karma. Karma is like you see shadow, shadow, isn't it? Wherever you go, the shadows follow you. You know, yes. Bird fly, from the ground, there's a shadow, and as soon as you lift up in the sky, you don't see the shadow. And then as soon as you land the other side, just shadow is there. So karma is like that. It's very good. So karma, you see, the one karma, there are so many results. When you study your own liberation, there's ripening karma, the karma of the what you call experience, and the habit of the experience, and then there's called the power of the karma, or the dominance. See, the karma ripening is like saying, depending to you the degree of the karma, when it's if you have made very heavy, you see, look at in your mind, so when there's such a strong anger, rage, anger, rage in your mind, then you see nothing but negative. Everywhere you see, you want to destroy. You see anybody, you want to just shout. So there's a karma ripening. And then there's you have a habit to just rise your anger, So you're so habituated. There's so habit. It's the karma of the being angry. Just always just easy to manifest the anger, It's called experience. The habit of the experience. Then you say, the habit, not experience, the habit of this karma. And the habit of experience is then through the being angry, all this, you get sick, you don't feel good, because your heart is beating, it makes your day very unpleasant, You see, then that power goes round outside, place that people don't like you, and you feel I'm not so good. I'm so just dominance outside. So like the weather nowadays, the global warming, it's by the power of the karma. So the karma, there's individual karma, there's collective karma. So look at this. It's just everything. It's the reaction of our karma. So we are our way, is the reflection of the karma. So karma is, people don't pay attention so much about the karma. We pray, let's pray for world peace, let's pray for something else. Let's do some healing, chant some mantras, but we don't realize how much karma we are creating. So we have to look at the cause. That's more important. And then that's it. Let us practice some wrathful, powerful deity so that will take care of all this, Never happened. Nobody, even Buddha comes there, say, Buddha will say, it's your karma. So I'm here, I will heal you. Buddha cannot do that. Because it's not the way. So that's what Buddha tell us. Don't do this, this is what to talk about, say this called prescription, prescription. Buddha prescribed all the good things what to do. So practice the 10 virtues, practice loving kindness, practice compassion, practice bodhicitta, do all this, practice generosity, practice the morality, practice the patience. All this Buddha prescribed. It's not something Buddha punishing to you. So you have to do this. So Buddha prescribed because they are cause for peace and happiness. And then Buddha proscribed, Buddha proscribes, so don't do this, it means it's not good for you. So we don't know all these things. That's why we're so ignorant. So that's why we need Dharma in the world. Because of that. Not just as a religion introducing, if it is just as a religion, so you believe this. Buddha said, you believe me, I will do everything for you. You believe me, I will solve your problem. Buddha didn't say that. So Buddha's teaching is out of wisdom, out of compassion. Wisdom means special insight. So it knows everything what is happening. Every details. So that's just the solution is the suffering of the samsara. First, Buddha looking at the suffering of sentient beings. It's a strong compassion. Why they deserve all this suffering? Why they are going through all this suffering? And then after that, Buddha see what the cause of the suffering. So out of that compassion, then he taught all the teachings. Otherwise, he can stay quiet. Why you bother? So that's why karma is very important to study details. But people don't like to listen to karma. So don't do this, no. He's trying to take our freedom, I want to do this, and he's trying to take our freedom.
Our wisdom is to know what to pick up and what to abandon.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. How to take it is prescribed. To Buddha prescribe what to take, what to do, and prescribe what not to do. What not to do is they are cause of suffering. So don't do it. Sounds good. Yeah, that's very, very profound. So you should study more about the karma.
Well, so what kind of mind states would lead one into the demigod realm?
Yeah, this also is our mental state. Demigod has a lot of jealous. When you are jealous, when you are jealous with other people's achievement, doing good, especially people you don't like, how he or she deserve that, So you're so jealous. That's the demigod.
Angry, yes.
Angry, not happy, it consumes all your energy, And then you cannot sleep so much because you're so jealous. Good, isn't it? Yeah. These are such. So that's how you know. So that's why I say I'm talking about, you see, even in the Buddhist teaching, there are many different teachers who will explain differently. Even in Buddhist, not only all Buddhists, even in Vajrayana Buddhist practitioner, many different will explain differently, So, if you don't take the vows, so Vinaya vows, don't take those vows. If you don't take the vows, it's okay whatever you want to do. If you take vows, then you should follow the vow, So people don't like to take the vows. Just example, there are few that like to become monk or nun, just because there are a lot of vows involved. Then you have no any hesitation to take the empowerment. So, just people just flow about this. They go to some concept. Empowerment is a healing, something healing. You get something, and you don't know what is the consequences there. That's one of the big confusion. Where's the Lord Jigtusumun? Why is Jigtusumun so special? He said, Vinaya is the foundation of all the Buddha's teaching. Because the first taught that. It's the foundation. So everybody should take Vinaya practice. Especially like the 5 precepts, as explained, the 5 precepts. 5 precepts is the foundation of all the Vinaya, not only Vinaya, Mayana, Bodhicitta, and Vajrayana. But some people say, Vinaya is not, you are not allowed this. And Vajrayana, you are allowed. So this is, the confusion is there. You have the copy of the wisdom, will of the wisdom.
Oh, that's all I do.
I put there one budget statement by Jigtusumun there. Here, he said, no, there is no allowance for faultless, non-virtuous action. You understand that?
Say it again.
Read this statement.
There's no allowance for faultless, non-virtuous action.
What that means.
There's no need for
No need.
No allowance.
No allowances. Look at them. There's no allowances.
faultless,
Faultless.
non-virtuous action.
What that mean?
Needs proscription.
There's a penalty after
You're
100
not
days.
allowed, baby. Yeah, there's no room for doing any of that.
You don't get
No
to say I
room
did
for
it because of
naughty.
this.
Yeah.
There's no reason that makes it right.
Nobody can say you are allowed non-virtue. Also, there's no any problems, See. So this is what Jigtusumun's one statement, one of the Vajra statement, you see. Because you say in Vinaya, you are not allowed this, but in Mayana it's allowed. So there's a big mistake about there. Especially in Vajrayana, then you are allowed. You can drink, you can dance, you can do anything you like, There's this. Oh, no, I'm saying some people say that, some people say that,
Oh.
So that's what is there. There's no allowances. What is then?
This is confusing me. It says faultless,
Yes,
non-virtuous action.
exactly. There's no faultless.
There's no one faultless.
Not
You're at fault.
faultless.
Yes.
That means you're at fault. If you do it, you did it.
Oh, I guess.
You got it now?
You can't blame your parents.
Yes.
And you can't blame society, and you can't blame your mom or dad, or
Okay.
culture, or
Yeah.
anything.
This is more about.
It's very profound statement. This.
Yeah.
So what means prescribed is prescribed all the way.
Yeah.
No, you have to practice in Vinaya, Mayana, Vajrayana, everything what is prescribed, you have just practice. When it's prescribed in Vinaya, it's all prescribed in Mayana, Vajrayana all the way.
So I
That's
gotta,
Buddha's wisdom.
I have to ask something for clarification on that. So in my head,
Yeah.
when I hear Vinaya,
Yeah.
I think like you,
Yeah.
monastic,
Mm.
or an Anila, or
Yeah.
well, and you go and you take the Vinaya vow.
Yeah.
But for lay practitioners,
Mhm.
what does that mean? I mean, I'm a lay practitioner.
The-
Are you telling me I can't go and dance and sing?
Yeah.
That I am breaking Vinaya vows that I never took?
Now look at your own.
It's a non-virtue to dance and sing.
Yeah,
and
look at
have joy- be joyful.
Look at in your mind, first of all. Look at the three portions as we talked about this. When three portion comes, whether monks or nuns, lay people, animals, anybody who has the three portions, they are the cause of suffering. If you are wearing monk's robe, will not say you are wearing robes, so we portion will not come with you. So it's equal.
Khenchen, for us lay people, we do have the 5 precepts. that we
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yes,
And also the 10 sojo vows.
yes.
So
This is step by step. So
We have.
this is the Buddha's skill, you see. Buddha didn't say you have to take everything, every vow now. So first you take refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha. Relation there, they say don't do this, like for example, don't harm others. No. At least if you cannot help others, don't harm others. So very simple things. Whatever you can. Then after that, what about take the 5 precepts? They are very simple. No, then slowly build. At the end, you have to avoid all the cause of suffering and obscurations to become Buddha. Like Milarepa, he didn't wear the robes, but he totally, perfectly kept all the vows, you see. So robe doesn't mean anything in such case,
How about the story of the 2 monks? And there was a lady who had to cross the river. So one of the monks carried the lady over the river,
Mm.
and then the other monk, you broke your vow.
Yeah.
The monks were not allowed to touch
Yeah.
women, right?
Yeah.
But then the monk said, "Oh, I already dropped the lady.
Yes.
I'm no longer thinking
Yes.
about her." But the one monk who had judgment, he
Yes.
still held that judgment.
Yeah.
And so according to that story, how do you interpret vows?
That's how I said 3 portions.
3 poisons, okay.
You see?
Okay.
as long as your mind is occupied with the 3 portions,
Oh.
you see, that is the cause of all the faults. And when your mind is not occupied by the 3 portions, doesn't matter whether you're not wearing robes, you're pure. This is all this method for just mindfulness. So now you should wear the robes, and then sounds, okay, I'm wearing robe, I should behave better than others, It's for mindfulness. So now you can argue with me.
So one of the things about that I have been struggling with different religions, and they make it projected on Buddhism, is that you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that.
Mhm.
But it's really not. It's really more a matter of willing to pay the consequences.
Yeah,
I can do whatever I want
Yes,
if
sir.
I'm willing to accept the consequences of that.
that's why we cannot judge. people, because we don't see their mind. We can judge, we cannot judge. So you just watch your mind instead of judging others. You look at your mind, For example, you see, when Buddha said, don't drink, Buddha didn't just right at the beginning, Buddha didn't say, don't drink all my monks, Buddha didn't say, don't drink. He didn't say that. So there was a monk, he's called Lekton, And then he's as according to Buddha's instructions, he meditated, he achieved Arhat, He achieved Arhat. When you achieved Arhat, then there's one has very great ability to manifest the miracle powers, So not so far there's one like a leg and like a heel, Then there was this strong naga, powerful naga snake, big, and very always furious, and nobody can really do anything about that. So that monk, he went there and subdued the naga. He got such a great power, subdued the naga, and he put the naga in his baking bowl, So like that. So everybody, all the monks that out there, so impressed his ability. He was such a great practitioner, meditator, And all the monks there during the lunch they go outside for baking, So one time there's one family offered him delicious meal, so he enjoyed. And after that, they poured very delicious beer, rice beer, so fresh. And then he enjoyed so much. But then, unfortunately, he was drunk. And then walked on the way, on the road. Then he's drunk, he's just become so strong. And then he fall down on the ground, become unconscious. Then his robes were just scattered here and there. His begging bowl was just out there. So then somebody informed Buddha, one of your monks is now in the road there. So then he said, it's just that moment, all the monks who were there said, let's go, walk there. So Buddha walked there. So then the monks with him, they said, the Buddha said, pointing to him, you see, now you see here, such a powerful monk who achieved Arhat and could subdue all these powerful Naga, Now today, forget to subdue the Naga, even he cannot take care of himself. So by seeing these falls, so from today, I'm telling you, don't drink alcohol. That's how he prescribed to drink alcohol. He didn't do it just randomly, without reason. So all the details that they are not taking lives, so forth, don't tell that. All has a history, that what happened each time. Then Buddha prescribe not to do and prescribe to do, That's how it's, There's some who's called very great scholar, meditator. When they drink, they become drunk. And then they lose the mindfulness. Then all the problem rise, you see. We have a lot of history, The teacher who are very good speaker, wonderful teacher, So when they drink, then a lot of problems. You see.
Can I ask
Yeah.
veering off that topic a little bit, but it's sort of connected to karma. Can you help us distinguish between karma and conditions?
Condition,
Conditions.
karma and condition.
Well, so it's not clear in my head exactly, so that's why I'm asking, and some people are confused about too, but I think it has to do with, like, for example, if I have like if something, I personally as an individual have a karmic ripening that something terrible is gonna happen, like I'm gonna get in an accident, for example. But there may be conditions that are surround that the outcome of the accident is not as
The
good.
result.
Or like I
Result.
get in the accident and there's like a medical doctor right there who
Yeah.
can attend to me. So like these are conditions
Yeah,
that
these are
surround
cause and condition.
cause and condition.
Condition, we should say. Cause and condition. Cause is the karma
Yeah.
and condition. Yeah, that's very important. Everything depends on the causes, conditions. You see, the farmer, they know so well. In the for years, they've investigated what is the best time, what's the good weather, what kind of needed. If you plant the potato, in which time you should plant the potato, what kind of, the water, how much water you need, all this. So the potato is the seed, cause, is the cause, karma. And now, if there's no conditions, if you put a potato on the ground, just a very dry place, no water, you just put under the ground, and it may stay for years. There's no water to grow, so there's no condition to grow the potato. So that's the cause and condition you see. Like say, when we something you eat, the food. So this last night my food was not good, so I feel not good, So you have a cause to get sick. And that food becomes the condition, you see, to get sick. If you have no karma to get sick, if you eat bad food, you won't get sick. You see. So that's why it's causes and conditions. There's not just one cause, there's not just one condition, so many causes, conditions, So a lot of the, even though we may have a cause, karma to get sick, so then the doctor advise you, don't do this, don't do that. So you try to get rid of the conditions. You see, conditions try to get it. But to get the sick, karma is still waiting there. It's waiting for the conditions, As soon as the condition, as soon as when I meet the condition, I will come up. See, so this is not a Buddhist belief, It's the reality of the universe. That's why we need Buddhist teachers so much in the world. But a lot of teachers, they don't explain your karma so detailed. Sometimes I feel really unfortunate. They should teach also what is about the karma. Karma is very complex subject, it's other dimension. Even only Buddha's wisdom can capture all the causes. Even great Bodhisattvas, even they don't know enough because they're not Buddha. They know so much, but they don't know all. So it's very important to study about the karma, causality. I feel now more, because we blame why this person is doing all these bad things and still is, it's because of karma.
So Khenchen, one of the things that I've noticed when I began studying with Goenka.
Uh,
And we talked about Vipassana as the arisal of insight. And the arisal of insight being understanding the origin of the thought or the feeling or the conditions. And now in the West, we've gotten into mindfulness. And I'm having a really aversive time with this because I'm feeling as if mindfulness is not a deep understanding. Mindfulness is the superficial awareness of what is happening in the moment without the understanding of the origin of the arisal of the suffering. And I don't know what to do about it because I feel as if many people who are studying Buddhism in one form or another don't really understand the intentionality behind the practice. I mean, when I began studying, when I began sitting, my intention was to be aware of the origin of the arisal of whatever is happening in the moment, you know, mentally, physically, wherever it is. But it seems to me as if that teaching is being watered down and people don't really, I mean, is it that people don't really understand the teaching, or is it that we in the West are incapable of being that deep? Or, or is it, I almost feel like, I mean, what it's being called is, you know, McMindfulness. What is it?
Secular mindfulness.
But it's more than just secular mindfulness, because I don't feel as if the intentionality of it is truly being viewed and understood in order to be able to create the conditions for change. Am I making sense?
no, see,
The cause,
To root out the
the
cause.
root, to root out,
Root is, you know,
root out the
I
cause, yeah, yeah, yeah.
think a lot of in the West, we are, we should say, exposed or imposed, whatever you say, the how to enjoy your life through the five sensorial objects. And then when they're not enough, you just try to make it rich, stronger, more,
Right.
expose that how to enjoy. When when you don't get enough, your satisfaction from that, then you use Dharma, say chakra, chana, all this you see, and how much you can get more, Very, very, I think, few to purify your mind. Very few. That makes your mind more kind of your desire, all these things, how to fulfill your desire, so that you will feel fully satisfied. You see, so there's no pure intention.
Right, and that's my concern.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
So that's what I'm saying as you are telling about. Now I'm saying this. So what we need is we need to express how to purify these three portions. Also, teacher will not so explain that. I know. They may explain anger is bad. Anger is bad. They will not explain so much also about ego. or the self-grasping. Of course, they will not explain about attachment. No, because it's sensitive. One of the things, the teachers are afraid. If I talk too much about the attachment, then yes, they will not like my talk, so they will run away. See, so they don't want to express that so much about the attachment. But otherwise, grasping. Why you are so much grasping out of attachment? And there comes the anger. They are all, as other dimension, they are all interconnected. Without one, other cannot exist, function. So we have to express equally of all these three portions. There's no one is lighter or better than others. They're equally, bring this, all the problems. See, that's what we see. So, and also our, as I mentioned, our motivation is just to enrich this life, how to make happy, joyful this life. We know we don't think for next life, forget it for enlightenment. No. So these are problems. So Buddha's teachings, as I mentioned, the real what is purpose of the Buddha's teaching is, there's a lot of suffering of change. When you get sick, there's a lot of medicines. And when you're hungry, there's a lot of food. So to free from the suffering, there's a lot of things designed, especially in the West, all the health cares, all you see, just to free from the suffering. But they tell you how to enjoy the suffering of change. You see, so we don't express so much suffering of change. See, so that's the problem. You see, so you should have a special insight what's going on.
Right.
No.
And that is my quandary, because at this point, I mean, for those of us who have been privileged to sit at the feet of people such as you, who are learned in the depths of Bodhidharma, and can reflect back and teach us the true nature of what is going on, and where that insight comes from.
That's right.
I can't sit with most Western teachers because I feel as if there is something missing there. It's all about how do I talk or how do I act, but nobody's talking about, and where is the origin of how you're talking coming from? Where is that arising? How can that be transformed? Where is the enlightened moment in that? And so it makes me very lonely.
Yes. If you have bodhicitta, you won't feel lonely.
If I what?
If you have bodhicitta,
right,
you won't feel lonely.
I mean, I have my sisters like CJ.
Yes.
Who understand and who I can have conversations like this with.
Yes.
And every 5 years I have you.
Yes. So you see, you have to understand this. So that's I mentioned now. I described the karma, all these three portions. So these are very important to express. Then you see some people they don't like it so much, So they leave because it becomes so sensitive. So then say, oh, they're leaving, so I cannot talk about these things. That's not good.
No.
Whether you like or not like, just say what Buddha said. You just say what is reality nature. Okay, that's the teacher's responsibility. Okay. And there's some who are really interested when they hear these things. Oh, that's really just it just hits my ego. It's just beating my ego, you know. It's painful, but there's no other way. You see,
Right.
that is the teacher's responsibility and the student Dharma practitioner's responsibility. So teachers should not hesitate to teach what's right.
And I don't know that all the teachers in the West have that understanding.
Yes, that's it.
And that is my concern.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like you don't do jhanas to feel good.
Mhm.
You do jhanas to cut through, to see what's going on. You know, I mean, I just had to express this because it's very difficult for me as a practitioner, a Theravadan practitioner, to live in this world that is Theravadan light.
Yeah.
Can I share something?
Before I forget, one of the quality of the teacher should know this causality of samsara and causality of nirvana.
Right.
That's one of the very important quality.
Right.
Okay. Because if you don't know the causality of the nirvana, then the teachers will tell you how to enjoy the samsara.
How to what?
How to enjoy the samsara.
Yeah, and there's
Okay.
too many people doing.
Yeah, they do
Doing
that.
that.
There's no. So you see, so because they don't know the causality of samsara.
Well-
When you say no, do you mean just knowledge or do you mean?
Of course, knowledge as well. You study from Buddhist teaching, you know, there's knowledge. Then if you practice that, it becomes deeper.
So you're talking the deeper.
Yeah,
Right.
deeper.
Right.
You see, yeah. Also, it's also at the beginning, maybe we find very rare who have experienced these teachings, but at least should know about this samsara and nirvana, and the causality of samsara and nirvana. At least should know, even though you have not experienced, Then on the above, your understanding with this knowledge, what Buddha taught, then when you go to retreat, practice, not just counting the day, mantras, but you should retreat, practice those things, then it makes more precise.
Right.
You see.
Right. You were gonna say something?
Yes,
Oh,
no, yes.
This is just silly, but years and years ago, when I was in Dharamsala, I was having a similar struggle with people around me, and the Tibetan teacher said to me, CJ, why are you looking at other people's gardens? Pay attention to your own garden and focus on that.
Yeah, and that's really true, and that's what I'm choosing to do.
Yeah.
And so that's why the dogs are my teachers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
Can you talk about the three kayas? I have never really understood what the three kayas are.
Three kaya in Sanskrit we use, Dharma kaya,
Yeah.
kaya. Kaya means form. So Dharma kaya, Sabho kaya, Nirmana kaya. Dharma kaya is mental achievement. Buddha who is perfected all the prescription and the proscription. What is prescribed, achieved all that, realize. And which is proscribed, all those purified. So it is your mind becomes which you said, realize as it is. Now from that state, it's called enlightenment, Dhammakaya. Then people don't see Dhammakaya, you cannot see. So now to help sentient beings, then Buddha manifests Sabokaya form. It's called pure form. You see, a lot of enlightened deities, those are Sabokaya. So those are right now we see the pictures, but we don't see real form, Great Bodhisattvas, they have the ability to see those. They receive teachings, more profoundly. And the Nirmanakaya is emanation body. So Buddha then emanate according to our ability. And they teach you, like our historical Buddha, Shakyamuni, one of the example. Even sometimes Buddha can manifest in any form according to the need of the sentient beings. So those called Nirmanakaya. So that from enlightened state, then Buddha manifests different, Buddha manifests different level of the form. Of course, it is also, as I said, it is interdependent, interconnected. You may say, since Buddha is totally purified, totally perfected all, so Buddha actually Buddha knows everything. Buddha is compassion. Why not he come here and solve all the problems? So that's it. It depends. We're talking about the cause and condition. If we have not conditioned, if we are not conditioned to see the Buddha's like Sambhogaya, even Buddha manifests, we don't see. Because it's not the Buddha's problem, it's our. We're missing that condition. So that's why we have to accumulate our own merit. That's called merit, virtue, so that we can see Buddha, in a different level.
Those are different levels of reality.
Yes, different levels of perception, how you perceive,
Are there practices?
Yeah, your practice.
One,
Yeah.
and I'm missing that.
No, like water, water is like water. This is, maybe you've heard of a bowl. It's just a bowl of water there. Those who are very purified their mind and all this, they can perceive that water as an ambrosia. And then some like we are just seeing the water is just water. Then you see the Holy Ghost, they perceive the water as a pus. Pus, some disgusting. And the hell beings, they perceive the water as like burning metal. So water is just one cup of water, but through the different beings, level of their karma, obscurations, they perceive differently. That's why I say, there's nothing is real. You see, nothing is real. You perceive, you see these things for in your mind, you see this, and you perceive this way, and you see this as real. But somebody else can see this something differently. So then you disagree, you fight. So I like this. The other says, no, this is not good. No, I like this way, you fight because your mental perception is different.
So I think in general, there's two categories of meditation, Kama-abiding Shivanka
Yes.
and Asana.
Yes.
On Sunday, you taught us the Guru Yoga.
Yes.
And during the completion stage, we dissolved the
Yes.
Guru into us and then we dissolve
Yes.
it.
Yes.
What meditation is that? Is that Asana or is that Shivanka?
It's both.
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 Yes. In that mind, then there's no negative thoughts. No, it's also Shila. It's there also, It's all in one. See. So your mind is pure, peaceful, none of these three opposites, So there's Shila. And then calm my body, stillness is the shamatha. And then your awareness itself is the praja. Yes,
You
Carol.
mentioned that we can do we can do that instead of POA if when somebody's dying or we
Oh.
can do that for them. Instead of POA, if you're not good with them, we can do the Guru Yoga with them.
That Guru Yoga we went through is just for yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Then doing for others, there's some other, Yes.
And how about, I have a question, it's like, how about, because I have a lot of friends, they are not Buddhist. And it's like, how about if they are passing, like, how can we help them? How would you tell somebody or guide them when they're like at the end of, their life?
Yeah, I think best is the way to let die peacefully. Okay, let die. Everything's okay. No, everything's fine. Don't worry. Everything's just now. You just take care of your mind, relax, be peaceful. There's nothing to attach to. We'll be all fine, That's just best things. Let die peacefully.
Yeah, because they said the hearing is the last to go.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it's really good to, because sometimes they are panicking, they are holding on because they have,
Yes.
they can't let go of some stuff.
Exactly. Sometimes they're so attached,
Okay.
not let go, clinging, So there's a lot of things you see.
Just kind of talk to them, reassure them everything.
Yes,
Okay.
just let go. Everything's fine, Just relax yourself, It's important. So for us also, it is of impermanence, Everything's illusory nature. This is so important. At the end of your life, no matter how much you're attached to, I like this, I take care, I want to take care, I want attach. So then it's nothing but only suffering. That's what three poisons is called. It doesn't mean you don't care. So Bodhisattvas care every sentient beings. Buddha cares every sentient beings, but they release all attachment. See.
Attachment to family and friends.
Anybody, your friend, your family, your belongings.
Well, I would think the family is the hardest one.
Yeah.
Depending on the person.
That's I mentioned, it's very sensitive, You can't say you don't attach to your family, Then people say, are you crazy, What do you mean I don't attach to my family? No. I don't like your teaching. Go away,
They don't see the attachment as a problem.
Yes, yeah. That doesn't mean don't care. Attachment and caring is two different. Actually, if you release the attachment, you can take care better.
Even in Western society, people are not taught that.
No.
The difference between loving someone and without attachment or having attachment. They think attachment is the loving.
Way to love,
Right. Right. Yeah.
When you don't have attachment, or you don't love me.
That's just Americans.
When there's no attachment,
Yes.
You don't take care of me,
I was told before that I remember somebody said to me that you should be attached to your family, your kids and stuff, but that's your responsibility as a daughter, as a mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yes. It was also a Tibetan family.
Yeah.
There one time, a mother said, I have two daughters. One daughter is so good, but other one is, I try to help so much, but never listen to me, And I feel really sad. I feel so sad. I try to do everything for her, but she never listened to me. So our relation is not good. She hates me because when I tell this thing, and just said it. So then I told her, you just tell what's good for her. You just give advice. Just tell, then say, this is my heart feeling for you. So you just do these things. Then I said, release attachment. So I advise this, and she should do it. Don't expect that. Just tell this my advice. I see for good for you. But if she doesn't listen, release attachment. Don't attach to them. No, because you love her. No, but don't attach it. So after a year, when I came back, so your advice is the best advice that I received. Now we have very good connection, and she understands my advice, daughter, and then so she said that's the real. It released a lot of my mental stress, pain that I have. So like this, you see.
One of the best teachings that I feel that you gave this time, that for me was very profound, has been that you talked about gratitude.
Yeah.
And the gratitude of the giving of life.
Yeah.
And it really struck me because we spend so much time figuring out what they didn't do for us.
Yeah.
And why we're angry and how they made us be or whatever it is. And to change it, to shift it 180 degrees and say, thank you. If it were not for me, or if it were not for you, I wouldn't be here.
Yes.
I mean, that to me is one of the most profound teachings.
Yeah.
The giving of life.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So if you practice Dharma,
Yeah.
you're trying to understand what about, so you try to practice. So then occasionally those kind of pops up in the mind. Because you're being practicing aware, Yeah. So our mind is at the first dimension. Your pure mind, everyone has. Everyone has that, but obscured through a lot of samsaric, But if you continue this, listening to Dharma, your own mind, then slowly it makes such a profound meaning. Then you appreciate, this was called Buddha's wisdom. So Buddha's wisdom is so precious. It's not just being like Asian, Western, there's no division. Sometimes in the culture-wise, we're some different, So that's, in Tibetan system, they will push you, so eat, drink. So then you say, no, please eat, drink, That's a culture, In the Western, when you want, you say yes. If you don't want, you say no. That's finished, So this is a culture, Then I suffered that from that, you know. First when I came, I had that kind of cultivated culture, you know. Since then, even you're not so full, you know, say, oh, I'm okay, you know. And then they made the toast like breakfast, they toasted meat, 4 or 5 pieces, bread, you know. I eat about 2, you know. And then they say, now you're enough. I said, yes, I'm enough, you know. Then they throw it in the dustbin, you know. Oh. Then I feel I better eat, you know. Now then I custom that, you know, more custom about that. Then when I go back, you know, then I eat food, you know. Then after that they will push you. That some say it annoys me, you know. So I know how much I want, you know.
You become Western.
Yeah. So that's kind of culture, you know. But mentality about this suffering, cause of suffering is all same, okay?
Khenchen, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
You were just talking about I think the pure nature of mind.
Mhm.
And I think on Friday night at the very beginning of your talk,
Mhm.
you were talking about some of that in the
Mhm.
Mahamudra, which I think you referred to as the ground.
Yeah.
And you were describing the space-like nature of the mind that and fresh. You used that word a couple times and all of it. And then I think you kind of moved on to consciousness in your discussion, and you said consciousness is like that too. It's all pervasive. So my question is, because I think I asked you a similar question about emptiness when you were here 6 years ago. It's not like there's individual pieces of emptiness, you know, around us. It's the same emptiness. It's because it's pervasive, like you're talking about. So thinking of consciousness in that context, are there individual consciousnesses, or is it one consciousness that is pervasive? Is that the Buddha nature that's pervading?
We should say consciousness, the relative state of consciousness as absolute state of consciousness. We should divide that way.
Okay.
So relative consciousness, say whatever you are conscious, you know, level of your mind. So I conscious this flower. I conscious the flower. No, I conscious this book. And then when you perceive that, oh, I like this, or I don't like this. So there's all those divisions are, those are relative state of consciousness. Then just being consciousness itself. When you realize the emptiness, then you perceive the flower, but the nature of the flower is emptiness. So you conscious the flower as the emptiness, also inseparable of emptiness in what you see. So in that absolute consciousness, you say, I consciousness is inseparable of emptiness and appearance, and you have no grasping, no attachment, you see, because it's just illusion nature. Whereas when you're not realized, I conscious the flower, or this beautiful flower, I like it. So from the relative state, you see, you have that kind of dualistic, you know. So we should understand that kind of thing.
Okay, well, may I ask, with that absolute consciousness, how does that tie in with Rikpa, with the awareness?
That's Rikpa.
Oh, that is
That's
Rikpa.
Rikpa, yes. Sometimes there's a Rikpa somewhere, you know, something very sensitive. No, this mind is the Rigpa. Rig means see, aware.
Right.
You know, the Rigpa is the one which awares.
So is it possible, Kenshin, that everybody in this room has a separated Rigpa, or is it
Separate.
just one awareness that's universal?
Just as I mentioned, Rigpa, when you have dualistic Rigpa, different level, as mentioned, the water, the hell beings perceives one, and Holy Ghost, and we human beings, and that's the God realms and enlightened beings. So all the different levels of aware, they're aware, they have awareness, Those are relative level of the Rigpa awareness. And then that the mind itself, in the ground level itself, is no different, even though you have not realized. But then when you practice this, first like ordinary mind, it just has the dualistic thoughts, all this, with 3 portions, all this. Then you understand that, you follow the practice, you purify, step by step, practice bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion, and you say, before you perceive your enemy as enemy. I don't like that person, it brings all the suffering, But then because you have practiced loving kindness, compassion, the enemy is no longer the enemy, Oh, he's also suffering, he's one of me, my friends. Then you change that kind of perception, Then slowly, that person is nothing but his emptiness. Then the enemy is nothing, his nature is enlightenment. You see. Then when you practice that way, then you see your Rigpa, the result, fruition, you say, Then you see that Rigpa, absolute Rigpa, then there's no difference. So absolute Rigpa is Buddha Dhammakaya,
I have one other question.
Yes.
The Mahamudra, it's translated in English as is it the Great Seal?
The seal, yes.
Yeah, so I think I read somewhere it was kind of described like in the old days, people would use like wax or something and a stamp to. Is there another way of looking at the meaning of Mahamudra? Or is it just kind of like, I don't understand the stamping or putting the
Mudra. The translation of the mudra is a seal. Mudra is, you see, sometimes gesture. Chagya. Chagya. Where when you make offerings, Om Sarva Dada Gada Sabare Vare Argam Bhada Pishbe Dube Aloge Gen Nevede Shata, So this kind of mudra is a gesture, gesture. Another you mentioned, seal. Chakya, ya, tamya. This means sealed. So this means just like, say, as you mentioned, in the country, in the old age, when there's a king, the king rules the country, then the king order, he writes some statements, he writes this order, and then he seals, and then he tells all the public, so this is my order that everybody should follow. And everybody says, oh, this is the king's order, we have to obey it. Nobody can go against that. Okay? So that's like that. Everything is sealed by emptiness.
Wow. Say that again, please.
Everything is sealed by emptiness. This is emptiness, this emptiness, that's emptiness, you are emptiness, I'm emptiness, you know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so this is nobody will say this is not emptiness.
Right.
So
Thank you for that.
emptiness is the seal.
It's a seal.
Thank you, Khenchen.
No questions from the Zoom?
I've invited them, hasn't happened yet.
Haven't got any questions from Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay, not from X.
So, kind of going off of Charlie a little bit. So, is it, is my understanding correct, please? So, Mahamudra is in the Kagyu tradition. It's what we work to achieve through our meditation and our mind training. But in the Nyingma tradition, it's Dzogchen.
Yes,
And in the Galuka, it's Madhyamika.
Madhyamika, yeah.
So the three
Right.
all end up at the same place. It's
Same
just
place.
different
Yes.
methods to get
Yeah,
there.
same.
Is that a correct
Yes,
understanding?
yes.
Sort of.
At the end, they're same.
Zen is suchness.
None is higher than others. Somebody said, yeah, go ahead, Carol.
No, I was just thinking about what you said at the very beginning, you know, for people, like a lot of us were very busy. So I thought of the dream yoga.
Yeah, dream yoga.
So, so what
Yeah.
is dream yoga? And is this something that maybe we can even practice and, you know, when you're asleep?
Yeah, it's just sometimes I feel it's business, you know.
It's a business. Is it?
Actually, if you really want to go to retreat, dream yoga, you have to achieve such a great shamatha. Without a good foundation of shamatha, dream yoga is just another dream, So those who are in the secluded, in the solitude, retreat, then they have such an opportunity to have a mind is totally calm about shamatha. Your mind is so alert, peaceful. When you go to sleep with the consciousness. You sleep, but your awareness never stops by the sleep. So then, after sleep, you dream. So then you are aware this is dream. I'm dreaming.
Lucid
No,
dream.
I'm dreaming. So that dream you see in the dream, you could jump from the tower. You will be not smashed. You jump from the mountain, from the rock. You never gonna die, because it's dream. In the dream, sometimes you are taken by the flames, sometimes you burn the fire. When you wake up, your heart is beating, but you are not burned, So like that, you see. Then you practice that. The point is, in the dream, you see, I jump from this, I do this, I burn in the fire, this. So then that time, everything's like a dream. You see, that's the point. Everything's like a dream.
So this becomes like a dream.
Yeah, we
This is
realize
a
it
dream.
is.
Yeah, but dream. This is dreaming. We're dreaming,
It's a waking state.
Yeah, we're dreaming. So when you realize this is just nothing but a dream, all just a dream.
So can I ask a quick question? My friends and I, some of us, we have lucid dreaming and stuff. Is it a good practice
like for other, to practice dream yoga, if you could happen to have that happen to you sometimes?
If you can,
Oh,
that's good. Yeah, go ahead.
okay.
Yes.
Psychologically up.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that's fun.
It's hard to tell, like, if you're actually in a dream.
You just, it's like now though, it's like you just think, oh, I'm dreaming. You're dreaming and you can fly. You can
My
do
friend
such
told me,
stuff.
it's like, you can look at your hands, like,
Yeah,
like if
I
you
go
have
flying.
look at your hand and you can get a control.
Yeah.
You will have the control of your body in the
Yeah,
dream.
it's
So that's something I've heard before. But it's, but that's the thing, is like, it's how I normally just like when you are in a dream, I just kind of feel like I'm seeing stuff, I'm doing stuff, seeing stuff. But then I don't know, I'm not aware of like I'm actually in a dream. It's like when you wake up, you're like, oh, that was just a dream.
Right.
Right.
It's actually
So-
In the dream,
it's
you
like
know,
this,
you're
it's
dreaming.
like now.
Yeah.
When you wake up, you can say,
Yeah.
when you wake up in the morning, you say, now I'm gonna start dreaming. And then when you go to sleep at night, you go, okay, now I'm gonna wake up.
You never. It's the same.
And then in the Bardo Dordal, they say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, same thing. The bottle is all dream.
This is our life that we just leave is like a dream.
All are just dream.
Dream I was in.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why it's how a dream is,
Yeah.
But if you're really, really attached,
Then
then it's like being
Yes.
pulled apart.
so it's a practice dream is to release your attachment.
Right.
Right now you're attached.
Cool.
Attachment means grasping,
Cool.
fixated.
But as Khenchen was saying, when you think you're burned by fire, you wake up, your heart's beating.
Yes.
There's that passionate
Yeah,
fire.
attachment. Yeah, yeah. Then you say, oh, I was dreaming, I'm so happy. This is not really burning, So we say duality. This daytime is real. And dream is a dream. Another, not real. Dream is not real. And daytime is real. So we have the duality. So dream yoga allows you to understand this daytime is also no different from dream.
And that then shows you the illusion of it all.
Yes, illusion, yeah.
Okay.
Diminishes duality.
Everything is just nothing but illusion.
Sometimes I'll wake up
Yeah,
from a dream,
yeah.
but I don't remember the details, but I'll have a feeling about it. I think that was a nice dream, or that was not a nice dream. And I've been told that this is the experience we have in the Bardo. It'll be like,
Yeah.
there's something happened back there. I can't remember what it was. It was really good or it was not, or whatever. But it just fades away.
Yeah.
So I think,
Yes.
that was what I was talking about. Was like, it would be nice if when you talk about consciousness, right? When I'm in my dream, how do I have the consciousness? Like, okay, I'm in a dream right now, and then go places. So
Good.
I would like to hope on the mountains and stuff, but I just like I don't really have. I just wasn't aware that I was in a dream until I woke up. So it's like in my dream, I don't have that consciousness,
Right.
the control
It's
over
kind of like
myself.
samadhi when you're lucid dreaming. It's just you realize you're dreaming. It's like
Yeah, I just I don't realize my dream.
What
until
Carol's
I wake
asking is
up.
how do you change it lucid? She's just having normal
Yeah.
dreams. She's not having lucid dreams.
oh, okay.
You're not having
Baby
lucid
stage.
dreams.
We're
It'll
not having
happen.
baby stage.
I mean, it's all illusion anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But
So
I have
can't
to
you-
hop on the mountains.
It's fun to fly though.
Khenchen, I understand if you can develop the ability to lucid dream on a regular basis, that when you're sleeping, you can direct
Yes.
your dreaming, but then when you're dying, you can direct your consciousness during the death process and actually are able to maintain awareness while you're dying and not going unconscious when you're going through the stages of death. That's the whole purpose of the dream yoga, is to be able to develop that ability to maintain that awareness of mind throughout the sleep process and the death process.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the purpose of the practice.
So with the practice.
You can direct your rebirth.
Yeah.
So you can maintain your awareness when you die, when you leave this life, and go to the
like
Bardo, you maintain your awareness.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of the practice.
Cool. Alright.
Or just let Guru Yoga be in charge.
That's what I wanna
That's Khenchen taught, right?
do. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, just starting.
I have a short question. I was looking at the booklet that you published for the purification practices, and was looking at the Marpa purification practice in the booklet. I was just wondering why he's referred to as I think it was king of linguistics
He was a
in
translator.
that practice. Yeah, yeah.
King of the linguist, yeah.
Yeah,
He was
so
a translator.
what about him?
Yeah. Means his Sanskrit is perfect. So because of perfection of his Sanskrit language, he could translate all the profound teachings of the Vajrayana.
Wow.
Sometimes out of respect, you say, the king of the linguistic. Ta means sound, language. So very good.
Thank you so
So
much. Thank you so much.
As I mentioned, I try to helpful because I see how Buddha's teaching is so precious.
Oh God.
This Buddha's teaching, But we have to have the real good, how to say, what you call, how to communicate directly Buddha's wisdom. No any verification in between. So the Lord Jigto Sungun in the Kongjik, there's one partial statement. He said, how Buddha taught? Buddha taught according to the innate, innate nature of all the phenomena as it is. The basic innate, you should understand this word terminology is not enough. Basic innate nature of the phenomena without verification. That's the Buddha's teaching. See, having said that, to this there's relative state and absolute state. The relative state is, as we're talking about relative, all the causalities, karma cause. It's not something Buddha made up. It's not a culture. It's how everything functions within that causality. In the constitution of the causality, or in the dimension of the causality, how everything manifests according to our cause. And that itself is nothing but their nature is emptiness. That is all not Buddha's made up, but Buddha taught from that wisdom. So that when Jiddu said that one, and that is the real, the heart of the Buddha's teaching that can communicate. So we see how Buddha taught those teachings out of wisdom and out of compassion. So that I feel we need to communicate in the world, especially to purify the three mental poisons. There's nothing to kind of reserve some, and explain some. I think that's not so healthy, because then so in the past there are so many great teachers like Jesus would taught teachings, so many enlightened. Then the teaching coming in the West, as I mentioned, where the whole system is based on the how to enjoy the sensorial objects, how to keep busy, you know. So you have no time to meditate. You have no time to really relax, you know. So there are still that you see, as you mentioned, there are very few really who can discuss about the teachings. You know. So if we really had just communicate this directly, what is really Buddha's teachings about. So there should feel some people should come up, you know, a good teacher. So we don't see that because of this problem. You know? So I try to share these things so you all understand and practice this way so that you can practice accordingly and benefit many people. So we need to help so many people who are suffering so much, you know. And we just try temporarily how to help, not the final solution, like giving some heavy doses, you know, when there's some very difficult, then some give pill, and then at that time you just, you know, are going to sleep. And when that has come back, you feel a little bit better, relaxed, you know, but not absolutely free from that. So we need to pay attention how to uproot these three poisons. So then you see you can help so many people in the world.